point it to your camera face and start saying hi to everybody, okay? I'm gonna hang up.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Gina Bulow coming to you live from the Hive. I'm still working on figuring out all of these stuff here, and so welcome. It is Wednesday, May 22nd. I have to get my bearings here together, and we have two classes for you. We're going to do one class, we're going to click off, and then we're going to do another class. So the first class we're going to do is the morning create class that I had going on Monday that I canceled. I just wasn't feeling well and stuff, so I moved that to this morning, and then I do my scrapbook page after this. So today we're going to focus on the guys in our life, and I thought with Father's Day coming up and things like that, summer birthdays, it'd be a great time to do a guy class here. So that's what we're going to do this morning, and our scrapbook page is kind of about traveling. So I brought in the airplane set for that, and this can be used for any traveling that you've done, whether it's off to some islands or in the States here or off to another country. And there's a really kind of fun fold / technique that I did with that. So I'm excited to share that with all of you today. I am just going to check on my phone here. As you can now see, I just plugged on that, and make sure I can see comments somewhere here. It's a little bit different than what we used to do. So I am just trying to get used to that. Okay, so I see some of you are on. Good morning, Mary, Karen, Christina's here, Mary Lemke is here. So we're all on, and I've just got a few things to show you before we get started. Hi, Janelle, and we'll get going with our stamping. So first thing I'm going to show you is I did the Stamp-a-Stack last week Sunday. Those kits are still available until June 1st. So you have until June 1st. Those of you who have ordered those kits already, I'm going to cut those kits and hopefully get them shipped out by Tuesday. And those of you who come in the following week, I will work on those the following week. So those kits here. So the Stamp-a-Stack is 16 cards of 4 different designs, and we use the wild flower designs, or wildly flowering. I just feel like that is hard to say. I don't know why, but I do. So we have, and I don't have all 16 here. I dumped some in the car on my way here, so some are sitting in the back seat. And I have a glue dot stuck to the back of this one. So here was one design that we did, and I really like the colors. I talked about how I wasn't sure how I would like the wheat color. I'm not a big fan of it, but this color combination is so pretty. I do have to say, I really like this set. So here we go. Here are the 4 cards we make, and you're going to make 4 of each design. So a total of 16, the cost is $55. And you have until June 1st, or May 31st, I should say, to RSVP if you want these kits. In that kit, you get a whole pack of this DSP. You get a pack of the jute twine that we have here. And then there's these dotted brush kind of gems. So you'll get a pack of those with that. And then both kits for today's events will be available until the 31st also. And don't forget, we have until May 31st if you want to join my team. So with that, it's a $125 order. You get that for $99. And then Stampin' Up! Is also going to give you markers, DSP, cardstock, and ink pads of all the new ink colors. So you're going to get that on top of the other stuff. So very exciting time to join. So let's get to stamping, because we have lots of stamping to do. hopefully I don't crash on you guys today. Some bad storms rolled through. I hope everyone made it through these storms safe and sound. I'm not quite sure who all got hit. I saw Iowa got hit pretty bad again. So I hope everyone is safe and sound and doing okay. We did fine here, lots of wind and lots of rain, but we fared through everything very well. So we were okay. I did have a little girl who was a little scared last night, so she spent some time up with us last night and hanging out. So we didn't get much sleep last night between her hanging out with us and I got up at 2 o'clock this morning wide awake. So yes, hopefully I don't crash on you guys in the middle of these videos. So here are our 3 cards we're going to make today. So we brought in the planes, the motorcycle, and a cute little fishing set. I just love this guy. I'm so excited. Super cool and so easy to do. So I think we are going to start with our motorcycle card first. Put those aside. So this is Legendary Ride, and it comes with dies to make a cute little motorcycle. So we're going to start off by making our motorcycle. So we have a piece of basic black, and that cut out the main part of the motorcycle. Then I'm going to adhere, I guess, the frame. That's what I call it. I'm sure my husband would have a technical term for that, but I don't. My glue is not coming out very nice this morning. Oh, actually, I have to put this on second. I have to think about this for a second. All right. First, we got to put the little wheels on. Then we put the frame on. So we have 2 of these here. Lots of pieces with this little set, but super cool. And then you have little rims or black for the tires here. That goes over the top. Good morning, Maria. Welcome. Make sure I'm in the screen here. Okay, now we can put that frame on. It goes just like that. I'm going to grab a wipe. I got a little glue crazy this morning. Nice thing with the metallic or the foil paper, it just wipes right off. So wipe my sticky fingers off. Okay, then these red pieces go over the top here. Oh, Janelle says she ordered lots of good stuff with the free shipping yesterday. I did too. It was a good time. I missed ordering some of the cardstock when the prices kind of went up, and so I stocked up on cardstock and got a few more new goodies from the catalog. Hello, Sandy. So what out of the catalog is exciting you guys? What are some of our favorite sets or DSP? What are we enjoying? And this little red thing goes, I'm calling it the tank, or part of the gas tank here. And then we'll put our seat on. Oops, I have it backwards. So what did everyone order in their orders? Okay, so our motorcycle is done. And I'm just gonna flip this around because I have glue on it. Countrywood Suite, yes, one of my favorites. I love the DSP in that set. Okay, so for our card, we have a Z fold going on. So our traditional, I shouldn't say traditional, 4 1/4 by 11. Usually we do it the opposite way. And then I have it scored at, I believe it's 2 3/4. Okay, so we just fold that back like that. And I brought in a piece of real red, and this is the DSP from the airplane set, I believe. I'm pretty sure this was from the airplane set. So I thought it looked cool. It kind of has that metal look to it. So we'll, yes, airplanes. If you flip it over, you can see that. And then we'll adhere that to the panel in the front. Sandy, you're loving the wildly flowering. I did. I totally fell in love with it. Oh, and the Unbound Beauty. See, I didn't get that one yet. I have to put that on my list. Okay, then for our inside, I embossed with the, I forget what it's called, the metal embossing folder. So we're going to put a piece of that on the inside of our card. I'm running low on glue, guys. Okay, so now we also have another panel. I believe it is 3 by 8 and scored at 4. And that panel is going to go in here like this. So we got open and open. Okay. Okay, so this is how it goes over our piece here. Put another piece of real red. Bound and determined to get 20 more cards out of this. And we just have small borders, 1/8 inch borders going around. Okay, so now time for stamping. Mary, you think you need this class? I think you do too. Okay, let's bring in our stamp set. And I think I forgot the stamp. I did, and I don't remember which stamp set I used. I think it was from one of the flowering stamps. There were just kind of some dots here, and I used that to create some gravel for that, but I didn't bring it. So you could sponge some gray on the bottom. Would be another option. I'm going to use Smoky Slate, and I think I'll bring in this part from the airplane set that matches the DSP. I'm just going to stamp a little bit of it along the edge. What I did with this one is I stamped on first strength, second strength, first strength, second strength. I think this looks better full strength. So instead of it riding in the gravel, it's maybe riding, or it's sitting against the wall here. And we're going to do the inside, put a border there also. It's a cool stamp. And then on the outside, we have You Are Legendary. And you could make this a happy birthday. Oh, here it is, guys. It's this stamp set, or this stamp right here. I put it on the inside so I didn't forget it. And like I said, it's from one of the flower sets, but I don't remember which one. So we're going to bring in You Are Legendary. This could also be a Father's Day card. Then we'll use some dimensionals. I realized when going through, I was looking for some cards the other day. Well, actually, I should say probably a couple weeks ago before I designed these cards, and I realized I don't have much for guy cards. So I thought we needed a guy class to, and with Father's Day around the corner, even better. So we'll put him down here, and he just fits on here. There we go. And I couldn't find, I wanted some black gems right here, and I could have colored some rhinestones, but I didn't think of that. Hopefully, I had ordered the new, we have new metallic gems, and I'm hoping those will fit here. I'm not sure if they'll be too big or not. And then we're going to go right on It's Your Birthday. So now we just adhere these to our panels. Oh my goodness, Sandy, you are on a roll. You have made your Memorial Day cards, Flag Day cards, Father's Day, and 4th of July. You need to send me some of your motivation or something. I cannot seem to get caught up. Way to go, girl. Karen, this is the Morning Create class that was supposed to be on Monday that I canceled. All right, I might have to dig out a new glue bottle so you guys don't have to watch me tap away all morning. With this glue bottle. Okay, then we'll put this on the outside of our panel. And there we go. Pretty easy, this one. And I love the basic gray, the smoky slate with the pop of red. I just think that's so pretty. My husband actually picked the colors. I said you could have a blue bike or you can have red, and he picked red. So there's our first card. Very pretty, right? So like I said, this is with the airplane and this is with that splatter piece. So here we go. On to card number 2. Looks like the airplane card will be next. So here is our second card for today with this airplane, and this is the dies from the Wildly Flowering. If you don't have those dies, even if you don't like the stamp set, these dies are absolutely amazing. There are so many different possibilities with these. And I'll bring in those cards again just to show you those dies. So it doesn't look like much because it just shows 3. There's some flower things in there, but there's only 3 of these dies. But these dies cut out the middles too. So you actually, for each die, you almost get 2. And then you can also create your own frames. I think I saw, this was putting 2 of the frames together. And then you can get this die too and make a frame. And these would be great to make some really cool shaker cards. So it comes with this big die, and then the inside cuts out this piece here. And then we have this scalloped one, and then there's an inside piece that gets cut out. And then there is this piece that it has a stitched edge around it. So these dies are really cool. You can take and cut that die, cut it in half, and I added it to 2 ends. This is the 3 dies layered together. And then this is just the inside piece of this, and then the stitched piece for the outside. So lots of possibilities with these dies. So if you don't have them on your list, put them on your list, guys. I think you will find them very useful. Okay, so for this card, we're going to have a copper clay base. Here's for our little propeller piece. We're going to have a piece of navy matte, and we have 2 strips, I believe at 2 inches each, to go on our card like this. Okay, so we're going to adhere those on to our mat. This is really pretty paper too. I like the color combination they use. So we're just going to have a small 1/8 inch border. And then we're going to use this copper clay jute. Sandy, you got yours already. Good. You will find so many use for these labels. Oh, you use the plain paper for your Father's Day cards. Good idea. This is just such pretty paper. I will have to say, Stampin' Up! Does an amazing job with their DSP. And adhere this to our card base. Then we are going to bring our navy frame in, and our foam strips work perfect for this. So I'm going to pop up my frame, and these, you can use the small dimensionals, or I felt that this worked really, really well. They're the perfect size. That fits. Now, if you were doing a shaker card with this frame, you'd want to make sure that your foam strips are touching all the way around, not leaving any spaces. Maria, you ordered that set too. You're gonna love the dies. I promise you guys. You ordered them, Sandy, from a class with Christine, so you're gonna get half a pack of paper too. You're gonna love it. Okay, so we're gonna center this on our card. Then, this was the inside. Actually, I cut another piece But this would have been the inside in navy, and that's gonna fit in here. And I'm just gonna tuck that in here because I wanna just give some dimension in there. But first, we're gonna stamp some clouds in here. And we're gonna bring in our boho blue ink. And ink it up. And we're gonna stamp off a couple times. Mine is pretty juicy here. There we go. So I'm just putting 4, and it looks really just kind of like 4 blobs of clouds, but by the time you put your balloons on, or your airplane on, you'll just see pieces of your clouds. Sandy, that would be a sad shaker card if you left spaces. You are right. It would be a very sad. All your pieces would come out, and that would ruin all the fun. Okay, so bring our card back in. Now you could pop this piece up if you wanted to, but I liked having the different layers at different heights. Okay, so that's tucked in like that. We're gonna build our airplane. Look how easy it is. It's just 2 pieces, and it goes over like so. And make sure not to put any adhesive up here unless you're putting dimensionals or something. Otherwise you're gonna have glue everywhere. So there we go. Now we have our airplane. And I'm gonna put a piece of twine or jute, just a little piece here, on the back of my airplane. My banner, you know, it should be hanging from behind the airplane, but it didn't fit on my card that way, so we're making it do other things. And I just used tear tape. And we'll put some dimensionals on. So we're going to put him on an angle. He's flying through the sky. We're going to bring in our little label. It says happy birthday. Oh, I just stuck my fingers in the ink, guys. Look at that. We're getting inky today. Okay. So we've got our happy birthday. Ink that up. And this little label is in the airplane set. There we go. And then we're going to put another piece of tear tape. Just like that. So the front of our card is pretty much done. Now it comes with these cool embellishments. And I'm just going to use some glue dots, or a glue dot. And oh gosh, we almost forgot the propeller, you guys. What's an airplane without its propeller, right? Don't lose these little pieces. And I'm just going to use a glue dot. Oh, here it is. Like one ran away from me, oh no. And then our little gem here. Isn't that cute? I don't know if a guy likes to know that his card is cute, but you know. And I know we probably shouldn't put glitter on a guy's card either, but I'm pretending his wings are shiny, and it's not really glitter, it's just making them shiny. Okay, so now we have our happy birthday. We just need to finish up with our inside of our card. Happy birthday, and you're the best, plain and simple. Sandy, you just finished the in color cards too. You've been on a roll. You have been a busy stamper. Oh my goodness. And I think we'll put a little airplane on the inside, and we'll bring in this cloud here. So we're going to stamp that in some boho blue. Okay, Sadie, you're making me look bad. You have your birthday cards done too. Oh my goodness, I barely had this class done for class. I need a bigger stamp. So I'm going to stamp this off twice. And I'm going to put it over my sentiment like that. And then bring in our little airplane and put him up here, I think. And we'll stamp him in maybe. Oh my goodness, isn't that cute? All right, we'll glue our inside on our piece of navy. And there we go. Here's card number 2. What do you guys think? Such nice colors for a guy. Okay, on to our fishing card. It's amazing how in just such a short period of time I can create a mess. Okay, here is our fishing card. So we're making a little fishing vest today. So we're going to use crumb cake as our base, some mossy meadow and vanilla. And lots of little pieces. Okay, so for our card, super simple. This is a 5.5 by 8.5, and we scored at 2 1/8 on each end. Okay, so there is our card base. Now I have these 2 pieces cut out, and we're going to cut these in half. And before we cut these in half, we are also going to make our little notch for the bottom of our vest. So what I did here is I measured a 1/2 inch along the bottom, and then I turn my card around and I measure a 1/2 inch up here on both sides. So here and here, okay? Now we'll bring in our trimmer. You're going to open your flaps, and where you put those 2 pencil marks, you're going to line them up. So right here, my pencil mark and my pencil mark. And once they're lined in the center, I'm just going to cut that corner off. I'm going to do that on the same on the opposite side. So here are my 2 dots again. And we've cut them off, and then you can just erase any of your pencil mark that is still left on there. And then we're going to take our labels here, and they measure 3.5. So we will cut them at 1 5/8. Well, that's not right. Must have been 1 3/4. So we're just going to take a little bit more off of this one. There we go. So I'm going to have to cut it the same so that all of my pockets are the same. Okay. So here are all of our pockets. I just have to check one thing real quick. My daughter is blowing up my phone. Okay. Linda, welcome. Okay, so now we've made our basic parts for our card, okay? So then I have some pieces here. And I believe this stamp set might be from, it's a flower stamp again. In the Spotlight, I believe. It has the flowers with the butterfly, and it has the coordinating stamp sets. So that's what this is from. And on my original card, and I don't think you can see it so much on the camera, I used Basic Beige, but I think I'm going to try using Crumb Cake on here just so you can see it a little bit more with stamping off. I'm going to bring in my blending brush. And I just want to add depth, you know, guys, fishing vest is probably dirty or wet or and I think it helps our pockets stand out a little bit more against the vest when we do this. So I'm just doing it around the edges, leaving the middle lighter. And then I'm going to do the same thing to our piece here. And then I'm just putting my piece of scratch paper here along where I scored. to get the edges over here. There we go. So we have that, and I probably should have done this first. My phone died here. Okay. And then we're gonna have to go through. So all I did to get the collar of our shirt here was I took my bone folder and I put my finger here and I folded this over. Like that, okay? So really easy. And I kind of use my finger here to line it up so that my collars are somewhat equal. And then I use my bone folder to smooth it out. So now I'm just going to go through and color his collar. All right, now we're going to adhere our pockets. We're going to put dimensionals on the back. Okay, bring in our pockets. Oh shoot. Guys, I always get ahead of myself a little bit. I get so excited to put it all together, and I forgot to stamp Happy Father's Day on here. So I just took the dimensionals off of that one. I'm gonna bring in our early espresso and stamp on our pocket, Happy Father's Day. Okay, so now we have Happy Father's Day, and I didn't stamp that little hashtag. So I'm going to go through with my crumb cake, stamp off. I just want to give my shirt just a little bit of texture. And then I'm going to do that to my shirt in a few spots. And I'm just doing those outside panels. Those dimensionals love to go everywhere. Look at that. Okay. We're done stamping, I swear. At least for the front. We'll do the inside while I'm stamping, so I don't forget any more stamping. Now, the thing with this is you want to make sure that when you stamp the sentiment on the inside of the card, you want to know where your flaps are. When I did this the first time, I stamped it, not thinking, I just put my stamp on the inside. But if you stamp it up too high, it's going to show above in your shirt. So you want to make sure that you're stamping below this point so that you don't see it through the top, okay? So we have good things come to those who wait. And I put this on my sheet where I think it would go possibly. So I know that I need to go, I use this point here, and I'm just gonna put my finger there just so I know that I had to go below that. Okay, so now when I close this, you don't see it. Then we have our cute little fish. We'll bring him in here. We're only going to stamp part of him, just in the bottom there. We'll bring in some old olive. For our fish, and I'm going to stamp off. There we go. Isn't that cute? I do have to say, I had so much fun making these cards. I guess because it was something different. We get caught up in, sometimes we have a lot of flower stamps and things like that, and it's so easy to just make cards with flowers that we forget some of these fun stats that we have for the guys too. Okay, and we'll put this on our inside. There we go. Isn't it cool? Okay, now we can officially put our pockets on. I've got to add more dimensionals to this. How many of you have fishermen or fisherwomen yourselves? How many of you have people that enjoy fishing, or do any of you enjoy fishing? My daughter and I, not big into fishing. My boys love to fish. My daughter and I would rather read a book or go shopping or something like that. We took her fishing one time, and she lasted about 5 minutes before she was whining on the sidewalk. I'm bored, Mom, I'm bored. So that was it for fishing for her. And luckily we caught fish right away that day. So, but she wants nothing to do with touching them or any of that. So it's just best that we let the guys go do their thing, and we go do a girl thing. Looks like my phone is frozen. There we go. Okay, so there we go. We have our pockets. Now it's time to just put all the little accessories in. Now, I don't fish, so I don't know what all of these are called. So you're gonna have to bear with me, but I assume there's some type of lures, and I know we have some fish hooks and little bobbers, but I don't know what everything is. Okay, so these two little red pieces right here, there is a die that also cuts out the little white pieces, so they can be double-sided. So we're using vanilla and cherry cobbler. And I also brought in, so we have boho blue, wild wheat, there's that wild wheat again, misty moonlight, mossy meadow, and a little calypso coral along with some silver. And I'm going to sparkle these up, because isn't it the fish, they like shiny things, so I'm hoping that's what I'm going for. At least that's what my little guy tells me. He says they like shiny, bright things, Mom. So that's why I brought in a little calypso coral. And maybe we caught this blue fish and stuck it in our pocket, or maybe it can be, you know, a lure of some sort. I'm not sure. And we're just going to take all this stuff, we're going to tuck it in the pockets. That's all we're doing. So we have it like that. And then for these, I take actually the fishing hooks and I actually loop them through the hole, so it looks like, you know, it's all together one piece. And I'll use a little dimensional to kind of hold it on. But you kind of have to pull it through pretty good, at least on the one side. So it should stay even if you don't. There's that. And then I'm also going to bring in my wild wheat jute here. And I'm only going to just take a small piece here. Janelle, your family loves to fish. Your husband, son, and his wife. Grandson still gets wrapped in the weeds. We do that sometimes too. I hear stories, little seaweed issues or things like that. So all I did was take my little pokey tool here and took it between the threads, and I'm tearing it apart. And once you get it loose, it usually will come apart all on its own. Okay, I just wanted a little bit of thread. I feel like there's some lures or something like that in there. So all I'm gonna do is take this. I want this piece here that's a little more shredded up, I guess. And I'm gonna just kind of tuck it in the pocket. There's no rhyme or reason that I did this. It's just kind of stuffing it in the pocket here. Okay, then I will bring in a little bobber here. Oh, that's a lot of glue. And we'll tuck that in there. And because there was glue on the back of that, that'll hold that in there. Then we're going to bring in a dimensional for this little piece here. I have no clue what this piece would be called. So put a dimensional on the end, and I'm just going to put a tiny bit of glue. We're going to kind of hang this on the outside. Okay. And we'll use a little glue dot for this little, I'm going to call him his little tail over here. So I put his little tail on, and we'll tuck him into this top pocket. And I want him to peek through the collar, so make sure wherever your collar is that he's peeking through. And once again, I'm going to put this hook through the little hole. And we'll tuck that in. Okay. And then once again, I'm going to use just a tiny bit of this thread. I'm going to leave it a little more together on the bottom because I want these little, I guess, bobbers. That's what I'm calling them. I have no clue what they are. And I want them to kind of hang off of this rope. And like I said, there's no rhyme or reason how I'm doing this. I'm just tucking it in like so. And gluing it right on the rope here. So lots of little pieces with these cards, but they do come together fairly easy. Chuck this in there. I think I'm going to use a glue dot for this one. Tuck that in there. And we'll use another glue dot because we got a little hook here. And chuck that all in like that. And then you have all these extra pieces, and you could use them or not use them, completely up to you. And there we go. We have our Father's Day card. Isn't this cute? Okay, so here are our 3 cards that we made today. So this is the difference too. I just want to show you real quick. This I used basic beige. And this is with the crumb cake. So you can pick which color ink you like. If you like the more definition, you can definitely see this more on the camera than you can on this one. You can see it in person, but definitely you have more definition on this one. So here's our cute little fishing card. Our airplane. And our motorcycle card. So here we go. So if you guys want these kits will be available until May 31st. The kits for this class cost $17 plus shipping. And like I said, they will be available along with the Stampa stack and the scrapbook page that I will be doing shortly after this. I'm going to clean this area up a little bit, and then we'll go live shortly. So give me about 10 minutes or so, maybe 15. I think I have to call my daughter back quick, and I will get cleaned up. We'll be back with our scrapbook page. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's class, and hopefully you've got some guys that you can send this out to. So thanks, guys. Have a good day.